Hello, Steve White, Steve White 89. Well, everyone's talking about the twin firing, Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson. It's kind of funny. I mean, the way the right wing are carrying on about Tucker being fired, it's like their golden boy. How can their golden boy be gone? It's like, he must be going to greener pastures. He must have another job. He must be going to Congress. They're all sort of freaking out. It's pretty funny. But they're not talking about it that much. They're trying to focus and deflect with the fact that Don Lemon was also fired from CNN, which is not a shock. Tucker Carlson being fired is kind of a shock because although he lies on air and admits to lying in private, actually even admitted to lying on air once. That's how stupid his audience is. He could tell them that he lies to them and they still believe him. But yeah, you can't really cost your boss $800 million and keep your job because you're too much of a risk. And although everyone's hoping he's just going to jump onto the next right-wing conspiracy theory, trash rag, people may have a little pause on account of the fact that he cost his last employer $800 million. That may be a little bit too expensive for the kind of ratings they would get with him, because the right wing love him because they lie to him and tell him everything they want to hear. And he admits to that. I mean, Fox has admitted that they're not a news station. They are actually entertainment, and he's an entertainer, and he's playing a character, and he's performing, and these people are loving it, and, they don't have to worry about the real world because they have Fox News. Now, so far as Don Lemon, he got in a little bit of trouble recently with, he left his, and this is so stupid, he left his own show where he was quite safe and doing quite well, and he went on to CNN, I think it was The Morning Show or Today or one of those sort of shows, and one of the female co-hosts had a problem with him because he was making a point about somebody's opinion, and she seemed to think he was sharing or validating that opinion because she apparently wasn't very intelligent and couldn't tell the difference, which is usually what unintelligent people do, is they make you responsible for, their lack of understanding. So although he explained himself, everyone piled on because everyone loves to do that, and he's got a target on his back because he's gay and black, so he's got two targets on his back, so of course they went for him. So I wasn't shocked he was fired. I was sort of surprised Tucker Carlson was fired, because as much as he lies and admits to lying, in private and on camera and everything, and everyone knows, Fox didn't seem to care, and I wasn't sure if the 700 plus million would be enough to make them care, because Murdoch's rich as the devil, really. So I don't understand why he'd care. But then I guess maybe the actual corporation, the individual sort of business of Fox News, isn't rich enough to lose 700 billion without sort of blinking or flinching or crying quietly into their noodles or something. I don't know, but yeah, I had to comment on this because everyone's talking about it, and I found it fascinating to see how some people were responding to it, to see how, like, I just happened to be listening to Midnight's Edge, and along with trashing, there's a female black host of a show, news show, Joy, I've forgotten her name, but they were trashing her hair, talking about her hair, and, white guys talking about a black woman's hair and black hair. Yeah, that's not racist. And then they talked about Tucker Carlson, and of course they mentioned that for a second, then they focused on Don Lemon and were celebrating Don Lemon being fired and going on and on about that, trying to deflect from the fact that Tucker Carlson was fired. So yeah, it's kind of sad. You see, it's just sad. I'm glad he's gone. I'm sure Don Lemon will move on to something else. He won't find work as quickly because he didn't make as much money, because he didn't, lie to a base and have the sort of audience that Tucker Carlson did. But, he'll find work. He'll be fine. Tucker Carlson, I'm guessing he will too. Sadly, someone else will want him. They'll probably take the risk because they're smaller than Fox, and they may see a way to spin press and popularity out of the potential legal issues, that come with, the risk from taking on someone who, lies. But yeah, Fox News is not news. Fox News is an entertainment program. Tucker Carlson is an entertainer. Essentially, he will find work. But Don Lemon will too, because he may be a serious journalism and may not be as popular, but he's still popular. People like him, so they'll both be fine.